Hey everybody, it's Malorax, and today I want to talk about my living situation. Now my living situation has changed a lot over the years, and it's about to change again. So as of recently, I've been kind of wanting to get out of my parents' house again. Now you might be wondering, didn't you already move out of your parents' house a few months ago? Well, the answer to that is yes, but also, I moved back. I was living in an apartment with friends, but the living conditions weren't the greatest for me, and I just didn't want to deal with it anymore. And so I moved back to my parents' house and I began full-time streaming. Which, by the way, I stream every day on TikTok at 3 and 12. And by 3 and 12, I mean 3 in the afternoon and 12 at midnight, Miami time. I don't know if that's Eastern or what, but just whatever time it is in Miami at 12 and 3, that's when I go live. But I've been thinking about moving out of my parents' house, but not in the way that you think. You see, my dad bought farming land a really long time ago, and I was thinking about moving just a tiny house out in the middle of the land. But a good tiny house runs me about $10,000 if I really want a good quality tiny home. And by tiny home, I mean mobile homes or sheds or even storage crates that were like transformed into homes. Now, this would be great for my streaming because the only reason why I can't stream all day every day is because my Wi-Fi is super bad, and whenever more than one person is on it, my Wi-Fi crashes so often. But if I was living in my own little tiny home, the Wi-Fi would be all mine and I'd be able to push out a lot better content and a lot more. I have some money saved up for my old car wash job, and I am kind of making money from streaming, but it will still be a really long time before I'm able to afford it. I'm fine with having a small house. I mean, I used to live in a trailer, but just having the freedom of owning your own house would be so convenient for me. So even though it'll take a really long time, I'm probably talking years, it's definitely still worth it in the long run because I'm gonna be streaming that entire time, and so hopefully in between now and then I'll actually have a big audience and I'll be able to support myself through streaming, YouTube, and all that stuff. And also it'll give me and my friends a place to hang out because a lot of the times we're restricted because of the place that they live, and we can't exactly hang out at my house and do whatever we want because I live with my parents. Ever since I was a kid, I've really wanted to get my own place just because I don't really like sharing like space with my family. I never have. The freedom to decorate your own house or just stay up as long as you can is something that was not given to me until I was like 18. But on the other hand, I've always wanted to live on a coast, a beach, somewhere where I can just go fishing like on the ocean instantly whenever I wanted to. And if I move to my parents' land, I won't have that privilege. And I feel like I was born to be out on the water. Before everything fell apart, my goal was to become a fisherman down in Miami or Key West. So I definitely want to be on the ocean, but as of right now, it's just not possible. And I feel like if I moved into my own place, then I definitely would be able to do at least 2 videos a week instead of just this uploading every Friday thing. Because if I had my own place and I could set up my own sets, get my friends to come over so we can actually spend time and make proper videos. The worst part of the whole thing is that it's so expensive to buy a tiny house, a shed, a storage crate, any of that. It's a minimum of $7,000 if I want one that won't fall on my head in the middle of the night. And while I am making money from streaming, I'm certainly not making enough to pay $7,000 up front. And this is probably the only time I'm ever going to talk about how much money I make, but I've been streaming for a month now and I've made $5. Now granted, I haven't been streaming on TikTok that long and that's where I make all the money, but $5 a month isn't exactly going to pay for a new home. So I need to step up my game or figure something else out. But I don't want to be one of those streamers who just begs for money the entire time they're live. And it's such a common thing on TikTok as well. I want to build a community, which I already have been doing. I have a few regulars on my stream who are very nice, and some of them are very generous, and I am so thankful for it. I want to build up an audience, and I want to be paid because my content is good, not because I begged for it. I feel like the streamer market has been so saturated for such a long time, but I've always wanted to be a YouTuber and a streamer since I was so young, and I feel like I'm better than 95% of streamers out there, even some of the big ones. I feel like I have a real personality. I'm not trained to say certain things, and I feel like I'm more entertaining, and also I never stop talking when I'm on stream. I'm constantly talking, and so I feel like that puts me above a lot of modern streamers. And I have been growing, which I am so thankful for, but I'm kind of an impatient guy, you know what I mean? I'm just waiting for the day. I'm waiting for the day that all my worrying and all my stress will actually pay off, and when that day happens, I'll buy myself a trailer to live in. A trailer with good Wi-Fi and Ethernet cables, of course. Now let's talk about design. I'm kind of picturing just a one room with a bathroom off to the side type of deal. And I'm thinking have a TV against one wall with a couch behind it. So that's where I can do my group gaming videos or group Twitch streams or whatever I'm going to do in the future. And then on the other side, I'm going to have my bed laying on the ground. And right next to it is going to be my main streaming setup with a bunch of posters behind it, of course. Or I can go the mini house option with my stream setup downstairs and then a bed on my loft. That would be just kind of like above my setup. I'm thinking of optimization here because I want to live inside of it, of course, but also I want the streaming setup to look nice. And some of you might be thinking, well, you're not dreaming very big, but trust me, I'm dreaming massively, but we all have to start out somewhere, you know? Because if I were to talk to you about my dream house, then I would be talking about a 3-story gazillionaire mansion type shit. Streaming has also destroyed my sleeping schedule, which is kind of fine because I didn't have one to begin with, but now I can't fall asleep until like 5 in the morning because I usually end stream at about 3 or 4. But the only reason why I stream that late is because that's when nobody's using the Wi-Fi and that's when I disconnect the least throughout the whole day. But when I get my own place, I'll be able to stream at more convenient hours and I'll probably be able to fix my sleeping schedule and just overall be more healthy. Now I want to give a shout out to everybody who actually watches my lives because all the people who consistently watch my streams are always super supportive, and without them I probably would have quit a while ago. So shout out to you. And what I'm about to say is very off topic, but recently I've kind of been in a funk. It's a funk of self-doubt and just not knowing what I'm gonna do or what's gonna become of anything in my life. And it's kind of taken years off my life, it feels like, because it feels like a knife is just stabbing me just constantly. Because what if I put in all this effort and it just doesn't work out, you know? What then? Is kind of like the big problem of my life right now. I'm trying to have all the faith I can get, you know? But it kind of feels like all the faith in the world still can't save my future. Or at least it can't help me calm down about it. But I'm pretty sure that's what everybody successful kind of goes through at one point. At least that's what everybody says they went through. You know, some of them might be faking it, some of them not. But I'm definitely feeling it. The constant pressure of what if is just killing me. And I feel like the ultimate staple of everything is going my way would definitely be achieving that house, you know? Building, even if it's just the smallest little house ever, just building the house would make my life so much better and would actually give me like a real purpose, you know? It would make me feel like I've accomplished so many things, because in my life I can't really tell you what I have accomplished, you know? Like there's nothing that comes to mind, but being able to move out on my own, be able to support myself on my own through streaming would basically just make me happy for the rest of my life. So I'm kind of waiting for that to happen, but until then I guess I'm still gonna have to deal with the doubt. And the people who I want to represent the most are the people who are stuck in places that you would never be able to become a streamer or a YouTuber in, you know? Places with no Wi-Fi connection, places that are just in the middle of nowhere. I want to give them hope that they can make it out the same way I did, hope that they don't need the best equipment or the best internet connection to become the best streamer. That's kind of who I want to represent. And what better way to do that than to show that you can make a living off of it, even just in the middle of nowhere, even if it's really taboo for the area. And you guys know how bad my Wi-Fi is, alright? And look at me, I'm still trying to make it happen. I'm still streaming every day. I still have so much hope that I can make it. Even though that's kind of counter to what I said earlier, I still have hope in myself. And there's only 2 other people who I can think of that kind of represent what I want to represent, and those 2 people are Jacksepticeye and Queso. Both of them came from somewhere where there was no Wi-Fi at all whatsoever. Jacksepticeye used to talk about how he used to live in a cabin in the middle of the woods, and it would take him at least a day to upload a YouTube video. And Queso was a live streamer with the worst Wi-Fi ever. He had a little hotspot thing that he would use every time he went live, which by the way I have used before, and it is a pain in the ass. But those 2 really represent what I want to represent as well. And I know that's really off topic from me buying a house, but the house will also represent that, you know what I mean? So it kind of does have something to do with it. And I'm so excited to do it because I just can't wait to do like a cool like 24-hour stream where I like do a sleeping stream and have TTS activated, like old school Twitch. I miss old school Twitch back before all the clip farming and everything. I miss Twitch back when Soda Poppin controlled everything. Him and Ninja. Like prime Twitch was when Ninja was first blowing up and PUBG was just everywhere. Like that was prime Twitch. Like all the trends, that whole era was just goated, unbeatable, undefeated. the best time to be a streamer like ever, dude. And I can confirm because, believe it or not, I was a streamer back then. I was like 12 years old and I was a Gmod streamer. I streamed Gmod every day for like 2 months, dude. Even though nobody ever watched, like I don't even think I got a single viewer, it was still such a goated time to be alive, dude. And I kind of want to bring that back. That whole prime Twitch, prime PUBG vibe. And maybe I can make some streamer friends and we can all buy storage crates and live next to each other and make like a trailer trash hype house type of vibe. Also, this is super unrelated as well, but I feel like once my hair grows back out to like that sexy mullet look, I'm definitely gonna blow up. It's just a feeling. But anyways guys, that's kind of it for this video, and yeah, I'm still gonna save up for the house. I'm still excited for it, still hoping to happen soon, but you know, things take time, and that's about it. So I'll see you.